that sound that we all know. What does the Steve say? What does the Steve say? Punch, 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 punch. A punch, 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 punch. A punch, 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 punch. What does the Steve say? Money, 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 gold.
Good morning, Bucknutters. It is Thursday, June 11th, 2015. I am Dan Rubin. This is the Bucknuts Morning Five-ish. Joined, as always, on Thursdays by 24/7 Sports Director of Recruiting Steve Wiltfong, who has been on the road for eons, and he is on the road today. Steve, welcome. Why don't you let everybody know where you're at and what you might see today?
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, everybody. I am in the north suburbs of Detroit for the Sound Mind, Sound Body Camp. I'm trying to find it on the GPS, so excuse me here for a second. But I got Wolverines 247 insider Steve Lorenz in the car. Got Notre Dame 247 insider Tom Loy in the car. So they are getting a listen on the Bucknuts Morning Five this morning, and they're excited to hear about Ohio State. I'm excited to get out to the camp and talk with Donnie Corley because I don't think people are talking enough about Ohio State's chances with the top 100 receiver. Everyone assumes that he's a foregone conclusion to Michigan State. Yes, my crystal ball says the Spartans for Donnie Corley, but I do believe that Ohio State is very much in it. I had one source close to the situation tell me that Ohio State is a school that Donnie himself favors. It's a tight race. Michigan State, Tennessee also in that top three. So looking forward to hearing what Donnie has to say about Ohio State. I expect him to make a decision before his senior year. He is a top 4 receiver recruit for the Buckeyes at this point. They landed a guy that they think is one of the nation's best last Sunday in Austin Mack, a top-of-the-board recruit for the Buckeyes. And then obviously Benjamin Victor, he's going to be at this camp as well. So we look forward to talking to him about the Buckeyes, although right now it looks like Florida may be in the driver's seat for him, but even if he does commit to Florida soon, I think that he will take visits, and Ohio State is in the mix there. And then Nate Craig, the Auburn commit or the former Auburn commit, that has listed Ohio State as his dream school in the past. He's another target for the Buckeyes. So he is not at this camp, but Donnie Corley and Benjamin Victor both at this camp. The Ohio State staff will be at this camp. It'll be my second straight week seeing Urban Meyer and some of the Ohio State coaches, as Coach Meyer and Coach Zach Smith and some of the off-field GAs were at RAS last week, where Austin Mack announced his college decision, and got a chance to hear Urban Meyer speak about my favorite player in college football, Ezekiel Elliott. Called him the best practice player that he's ever had, and he's obviously had some good ones in Tim Tebow. I've heard some legendary stuff about Tim Tebow's practice habits from coaches in Florida that had been to Florida's coaching clinics in Gainesville and seen Tim Tebow practice. So to hear that Ezekiel Elliott's the best practice player in Urban Meyer's history of coaching doesn't surprise me. The great year he had, and looking forward to see what he can do on the next level. And we're hitting a little detour here. Road closed through traffic, so excuse me on that, guys.
Well, sorry, you should have let Tom Lloyd drive. But seriously, folks, here's my question. Corley and Mack are considered by the 24/7 Sports rankings the top 2 wide receivers in the Midwest. How would you compare the two?
Well, Mack's a big physical kid that's got some explosiveness to him. Ran 4.4 at Ohio State's camp last year. And really impressed Coach Meyer and Coach Smith, and was a top recruit instantly for them. And he obviously was a silent commit for a long time, going public Sunday. He wanted to do it at the AWP RAS camp with guys that have helped him get to where he is. So he wanted to commit at that camp and bring it that exposure, or announce it, excuse me. And then Donnie Corley's just super smooth, great hands, has a knack for making the huge highlight play. And also had 9 interceptions on defense as a junior. So he's just a true football player. Brings some versatility to your team. He's a receiver first, but certainly has a skill set to play in the secondary, and actually has some scholarship offers to play defensive back for some schools. I mean, he's looking to play receiver, though. So, again, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan State look like the top 3 for Donnie Corley right now. And Ohio State is right there with Michigan State, in my opinion, based on people I've been talking to.
We won't keep you that much longer. Who are some other guys you think that might be at the camp today or expected to be at the camp that Ohio State has its eye on?
Well, Michael Jordan's expected to be here. He was on my original camp list, the top 247 offensive tackle that's obviously committed to the Buckeyes. He's arguably the number one prospect in the state of Michigan. We don't have him that high, but another service does. We have him in our top 5, and he was fantastic at Friday Night Lights, where he earned his scholarship offer, and he looks forward to getting an opportunity to work with Coach Warner, who's going to be coaching the offensive linemen at this camp, and Larry Johnson's going to be coaching the defensive linemen at this camp. So that'll be a pretty awesome experience for the campers that are coming here looking to learn and get better.
Steve, we'll let you go. We hope you find your destination all right. Be sure to stay locked into Bucknuts because Steve will have coverage of this event throughout the weekend. Steve, thanks for joining us, brother.
Thanks, Dan.